All right, so Trigonometry Part II. We're going to be solving for the missing side of a triangle today. First thing we have to do is figure out which trig ratio we're going to use. Sine, cosine, or tangent. So, let's look at this right here. We got 50 degrees right here. What two sides do we have? Yes, ma'am?
The hypotenuse and the adjacent.
Hypotenuse and the adjacent. So, we asked our good friend Sokotoa. And what trig ratio does she tell us to use, ma'am?
Cosine.
Cosine, yes. We've got adjacent and hypotenuse, so we're going to use cosine. So if we set this up, it's going to be a cosine of 50 is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, 5 over x. Now, you may be saying, Mr. Kuhne, what do I do from there? No problem. What we're going to do is we're going to put this over 1. Okay? Do you know how to solve things like this? Of course you do. We're just going to cross multiply. But you may be saying, well, what's the cosine of 50, Mr. Kuhne? Calculator. Let's find out. Go to your calculator. Let's find the cosine of 50. Now make sure your calculator is in degrees. Not radians, not gradient, degrees. Okay, if it's in radians, your answer is going to be all wrong. So I come up here and do cosine of 50. I'm going to close parentheses and I hit enter. And it's going to tell me that the cosine of 50 is 0.642787761, or 1 is equal to 5 over x. Can you solve for x from there? Pretty simple, right? We're going to solve for x. So x is going to be 0.642787761. X is equal to 5. We're going to divide by this, 0.642787761. And I get the hypotenuse to be, I get 7.7786, 7.86191. We're going to approximate, I believe your book's going to tell you approximate one place beyond the decimal. We'll go ahead and do the same thing. So it's approximately 7.8. Pretty simple. All right. Now, that's one way you can do this. Another way you can do this, if you want to, okay, some people find this way the easiest. Now, some people are like, Mr. Kuhne, I don't like writing down all those decimals. I don't want to write all those decimals out, Mr. Kuhne. I'm like, that's fine, no problem. Here's what we do. Cosine of 50, we see, is just some decimal. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cross multiply now. X times the cosine of 50 is equal to 5, right? Then how do I get x by itself? I divide by the cosine of 50. So those cancel out, so x is equal to 5 divided by the cosine of 50. So I'm just going to go to my calculator, 5 divided by cosine of 50. Enter. Oh, I got the exact same thing. Oh, 7.77, which is approximately 7.8. Now, if you're using your smartphone, I think you have to type in 50, then cosine, and then hit divide. So depending on what you're using, what your tool is, you might have to do it a little bit differently. This one I can actually just write 5 divided by cosine 50, close the parenthesis around the 50, and then divide. Let's do the next one. We're going to call this x. We will call this 12. We're going to find the missing side. Mr. Lucas, what two sides do we have, sir?
Opposite and the adjacent.
Opposite and the adjacent. So, we're going to ask Sokotoa. It's Valentine's Day. Did you buy Sokotoa some flowers, sir? You didn't? Oh. Sokotoa might not be nice to you. Can you at least spell her name? Okay, you can spell her name. You're doing okay then. All right? Remember, Sokotoa's hot. Okay? You love her. So, ask Sokotoa, dude, what trig function are we supposed to use?
Tangent.
Tangent, yes. Opposite and adjacent, so I use tangent. So opposite and adjacent, I'm going to use tangent. So I'm going to say the tangent of 70 is equal to opposite over adjacent, x over 12. And I'm going to put this over 1, and we can cross multiply. Two different ways to do it. One way is, I'm going to go ahead and type in the tangent of 70. And I get 2.747477419 all over 1 is equal to x over 12. Cross multiply. I take that times 12. And I'll get 32.9697, blah, blah, blah. Round one place beyond the decimal. Well, that's going to make that round up, isn't it? I'm going to say it's approximately 33.0. Do we want to do the 0.0 on this? Yes, we do, because it shows us we rounded one place beyond the decimal. Does that make sense? So it's approximately 33.0. Now, maybe you're like, Mr. Kuhne, I don't want to do that way. I don't want to write out the big long decimal. No problem. X is equal to 12 times the tangent of 70. Close parentheses around it. Tangent of 70. Amazing, we got the exact same answer. Piece of pie? Not cake, piece of pie. All right, now, last thing. Sometimes they're going to tell you, solve the right triangle. Solve the right triangle. What they want you to do then is find everything that's missing. Find everything that's missing. So I'm going to call this side, I'm going to call this A, I'm going to call this B, and I'm going to call this C. Now, something that they'll often do is they'll say this side is little a, this side across from angle B is little b, this side across from angle C is little c. That's just a notation that I might use. But I'm going to come up with some numbers for this. We're going to call this side, we're not going to have a number for this side. We're going to have a number for this side though, and this side is going to be 25. We got to find everything that's missing. What sides are missing here? What sides are missing? Swirl over. Give me a number.
25. Oh,
I'm sorry. Which side? Sides are missing.
A and B, little.
Little a and little b, right? So we got to find one of those two sides. We also have to find the missing angle. Is it hard to find the missing angle? No, triangle sum here, correct? So triangle sum theorem, this angle is going to be, so we're going to come down here very quickly, put the measure of angle B is 62 degrees. Because we know there's 180 degrees in a triangle, 180 minus 28 degrees minus the 90 degrees, and we're left with 62 degrees. So we found the one angle. We just got to find the sides. Which side do we use first? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, how do we go ahead and find little a first? That's not okay with you? So, I've got this side and this side. What trig ratio are we going to use? Ms. Murphy? Sin. Sine, yeah. Sine, cosine, and tangent. But yes, this is the opposite. This is hypotenuse. So we come up here, check with Sokotella. Opposite hypotenuse, she says use sine. So we're going to do this sine 28 is equal to the opposite side, which we'll call little a, over the hypotenuse, which is 25. So we're going to cross multiply and solve. Now if we do it the decimal way, sine of 28 is going to be 0.4694715563 all over 1 is equal to a over 25. Cross multiply. You're going to a is equal to approximately 11.73678907, which is approximately 11.7. So we know this is approximately 11.7. How do we find the remaining side? How do we find the remaining side there? Could we do trigonometry again? Yes, we could. Or we could do Pythagorean Theorem. Now, if you're going to use Pythagorean Theorem, which number do we use? 11.7 or 11.73678907? The long one. You don't round until the very, very, very last step. If you round early, bad things happen. Let me give you a quick example. 1.5 and 1.5. If we add these together, we know the answer is really 3, right? But if we round early, this becomes 2. This becomes 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. That's way off, isn't it? You're like, well, Mr. Kuhne, that's only because that rounds up. Well, okay, fine. Well, if it's 1.49. 1.49. If we do this, it's going to be 2.98, which is close to 3, right? If we round at the end. But if we round it early, this would be 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, which is way off the correct. Don't round early. It's bad. Pause when you make that mistake. Don't be like that. Let's get it. All right, so to find the last one here, let's see here. You can really do it either way. Let's go ahead and we'll set it up both ways. The cosine of 28 is adjacent to the hypotenuse. So little b over 25. Flip it over 1. If we cross multiply, I'm going to do the other way. B is equal to 25 times the cosine of 28. Type that in my calculator. And I get 22.07368982, or approximately 20.2 22.0, 22.1. We can also use Pythagorean Theorem. 11.7, help me out, I should have written that. 367, 89, 07, squared plus b squared is equal to 25 squared. 367, 89, 07 squared. One 37.7522177 plus b squared is equal to 625. So b squared is equal to 487.2477823. Take the square root of that. And we get 22.0736898. Oh my gosh, Mr. Kuhne, it's the same thing. Amazing. So it's approximately 22.1. So the moral of the story here. To find the missing angle, use the triangle sum theorem. To find the remaining side, you can use trigonometry or you can use the Pythagorean Theorem. All you gotta do though, look what side you have. Talk to Sokotoa. As long as you're nice to her, she'll tell you. As long as you can spell her name, she'll tell you how to set up your ratio. And you solve for it. If you got more than one side, just pick one and do that first. Questions?